Have you looked into the mirror and wonder why you keep giving everything you have to people around you except yourself, and yet they keep demanding? You say yes when you intend to say no because you don't want to disappoint anybody. That was me some years back. I could tell you what everybody's needs were. I could tell you their favorite meal. I could tell you their schedule. But if you ask me, Joy, what do you need right now? I will look at you as if you're speaking a foreign language. I sought validation. I wanted everybody to love me. I wanted to be nice to everyone. You know, growing up, I thought becoming a good person is loving everybody, making sure everybody is happy with you. So I tried hard, very hard to please everybody. I loved harder. I gave all I had. And at the end of the day, I felt miserable. I felt miserable. I felt empty. I found out that I have built my world, my life around making every other person comfortable except myself. I've built my life around making every other person achieve their dreams while mine has been locked up in a cupboard. I built my life around making sure everybody smiles before they go to bed while I struggle to even find relief. I had to sit down one day. There was a day after feeding everyone and clearing up the dishes, I sat down and I was like, oh, this is red, let me rest. And then I realized I had not eaten breakfast. Not because there was no food, no. But because I've been busy trying to please every other person, placing their needs above mine. I forgot that I exist. I forgot that I have needs. And then I had to sit down and talk to myself. I had to love myself. I had to love myself. I had to talk about my dreams. I had to ask myself a hard question. Is this what I really want to be? Somebody lurking in the shadows. That was when it hit me. What am I doing to myself? I asked myself, when was the last time I actually did something nice to myself? No time. There was no time I ever did something nice to myself. It has been pleasing this one, pleasing that one, doing this, going to school, running school errands, running to the market, making food, making meal, washing clothes, doing just things around other people, and neglecting myself, my feelings, my dreams, my health, my happiness, my peace, my mental health. And that was when something shifted in my mindset. And so I learned how to say no. Not in a rude way, but out of self-respect. When my body is tired, I'm stressed out, and I'm drained, and I get a call, I will tell you, please, I'm tired. I can't. It is not arrogance. It is not pride. It is not selfishness. It is self-respect. Something else that helped me was I stopped seeking for validation. I mean, what's the point of validation if I cannot validate myself? When people say, oh, you're nice, you're good, you're a strong person, it makes you feel good. Of course, it does make you feel good. But after that, what's next? You go home, you're empty, you're broken, you're frustrated. Sometimes you become resentful. But when I learned how to validate myself, how to appreciate myself, that was when my growth started. I started speaking to myself nicely. I started telling myself things I can do. I started listening to my body. Can I do this? Do I need it? Then when I go out to buy things, I buy things that align with me, not things that the public will approve of. No. That was when my growth started. I started creating boundaries. Because I realized that I gave so much to everyone that there was no boundary. Anybody could call me at any time. You could call me in the night, in the morning, in the afternoon, and I will be available, whether I'm dying or not. And nobody cared, because do you know why? Nobody cared. Do you know why? Because I let them know that my needs, my dreams, they don't matter. And so they always say she's a strong person, she will manage. And I always managed. But then when I decided that I was no longer going to manage, some people were offended. Of course they were offended. But I was happy, because I was growing. The moment I realized how to say no and meant it, how to validate myself, how to appreciate myself and speak to myself nicely, that was when my growth started. And so it's okay to say no. You're not selfish. It's okay to love yourself. You're not selfish. It's okay to set boundaries. You're not arrogant. It's okay to show yourself respect, to seek your peace first, to put your needs first. It's okay. You're not selfish. Your body needs attention. You need to attend to your health. You need to have clarity of purpose. You need to pursue your dreams. You are human too. I've met good men who cannot say no, even when their body is screaming no. I've met good men who cannot say no, no matter how tired and how drained they are. And I've been in that situation. But it's okay to say no. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. No. It means that you're putting yourself first. You're putting your peace first before any other thing. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you hate people. No. It means you want them to respect you just like you respect them. And believe me, people do take advantage of people. When they know that you're the type that can't say yes, they keep asking and asking and asking for more. And darling, if you continue in that line, you will be drained out. And so sometimes change is good. It's good to change. If it's a habit, if it's a relationship, if it's an environment that doesn't align with you, it's okay to change. Walk out. If it's a relationship that is not working out, walk out. If it's a habit that you've developed that is not healthy to you, it's not giving you peace of mind, change. If it's an environment that you are always being attacked, leave. It's okay to start again. I am 40 plus, and ever since I realized that it is okay to say no, it is okay to set boundaries, it is okay to validate yourself, I've been living a happier life. I'm still growing, yes, but where I am now compared to where I was before, I am a much more happy person. So if you're in that state right now where you're stuck, you've built your life around people, you've forgotten your dreams, you've forgotten your aspirations, hear me out. I was there. And my change didn't just come in one big moment. It came one decision at a time. It started when I decided to learn how to say no, and I meant it. When I decided to set boundaries, and I maintained it. When I decided to forget about public opinions about me, about public validation of me, and validate myself, congratulate myself for my little growth, that was when my change came. Then I stopped competing. I stopped comparing. Another thing that kills us women is comparing. When you start comparing yourself to another woman out there, you compare your career to her career, you compare her property to your property, you compare her level to your level, you start shrinking, you start feeling small, and you start killing yourself. Stop comparing and start living. Comparing yourself to others doesn't do you any good. It actually harms you. You start shrinking. You start living in shadows of other people. But that is not living. You're killing yourself gradually. You need to air your opinion. Don't say, my opinion doesn't matter. It matters, darling. No matter how stupid you think it is, say it out. Say it loud and clear, respectfully. It matters. Say it out. You know, there was a time when if I'm around where they're discussing, I will be like, even though I know I am well grounded in the topic, my confidence level was like 0. I would just be in the corner listening. I'd be so scared to air my view. But all that changed when I started learning how to value myself more. I loved myself more. I encouraged myself more. I spoke to myself in a good way. I decided to, to not allow others' opinion to define me. And that was when I started living. That was when I started growing. That was what did it for me. So now, I can't say I am where I want to be. But where I am right now is better than where I was. It's much, much better than where I was. I'll keep growing. It's a journey. And the moment you realize that you need a change, that is when your growth begins. The moment you realize that you're not living, you're just getting by, that is when your growth begins. So do not limit yourself. Do not hide yourself. It might not come in one big moment. It will come one decision at a time, one validation at a time, one positive talk at a time. So take your time. Sit down. Think, ask yourself some questions. Ask yourself some questions. What do you really want? Are you happy with yourself right now? Are you where you're supposed to be? Are you where you want to be? If not, what will you do? Or how do you help yourself to be where you want to be? What are the steps you need to take? What decisions do you need to make? What lifestyle change do you need to make? Do you need to let go of some things? Do you need to improve in some things? It doesn't start at once. It starts one step at a time. There was a time when I felt so inferior to everyone around me. Even to people that by all standard, I am better than. I'm feeling inferior around them. I couldn't address them. I cannot engage them in a meaningful conversation. I was literally killing myself. Because I've invested my time, my energy. I've wired my brain that to be a better person, I need to make others better. And I forgot the most important person, me. If you are at this point right now, I want you to know that change is possible. Growth is possible. It might not come once, but definitely it will come one decision at a time. So if you're watching this and you recognize yourself in my story, you're that one woman who knows everyone's need except her own. You're that one woman who is strong until it's costing her everything. Hear this. It is okay to matter to yourself today. What will you answer your kid when they ask you what you like for fun? When last did you even hear that word, fun? So it is okay to matter to yourself today. Take care. Take care of yourself. Be selfish with yourself. Pamper yourself. Love yourself. Be enough for yourself and value yourself more. If this video spoke to you, hit the subscribe button, because Opinion Post is a place where we're going to be talking about the real stuff. Marriage, money, family, career, identity, all of it, and honestly. So share this with any woman who needs to hear this, and please take care of yourself, really.